I really do not suggest you go to Fukuoka. Kakadating pa lang namin ng Fukuoka. Nawalan na ako ng 3,000 yen.
Lights, camera, action.
Hello, vlog. We're on our way to Fukuoka. Say hello, family.
Hello, family. Say hello.
Hello, family. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Just got back from Fukuoka. And I can say this is probably one of my favorite Japan destination. We're here now in Starbucks Sparkle where I'm doing this video. We took Cebu Pacific. I was lucky enough to get our tickets back in October, less than 10,000 per person. 5 kami. So, ang nangyari, limang tickets, 3 luggage na tigta 20 kilos papuntang Japan, and then 5 pa uwi. All tigta 20 kilos. So, the total of that is less than 10,000 pesos per person. So, it was definitely a good price. Kaya nga nung nakita ko yung sale, hindi ko na inisip pa, kinuha ko na kaagad yung ticket. To think, only me and my wife ang merong multiple entry na visa. So my kids wala, the fiancé ng daughter ko wala. So yun pa yung naging munti ka na maging issue talaga. Kasi when they were applying for a visa, October pa to, our flight is January. Some travel agencies were not accepting any more applications for flights in January. Mga Feb na daw ang earliest na makukuha yung visa. They also tried yung online, yung Japan, something, it's you book online, palaging walang slot. So my son was able to luckily find a travel agency here in Makati that was accepting, pero January na niya makukuha. So sabi namin, wala na tayong choice eh. My daughter tsaka yung fiancé, kasi they were still trying to get their documents set. Kasi yung sa son ko, mas madali yung documents niya kasi wala pa siya official work. He's just an intern. So ang nangyari, I just had to provide my paperwork kasi I was going to be his guarantor. So, mas madali, nandiyan na lahat ng mga requirements. Yung sa daughter ko and sa fiancé niya, since both of them are already working, they needed to get their documents like, I think it was yung certification of their employment, the COE, their bank statements and all those. So, medyo mas natagalan sila. So, by the time na sila na, ayaw na tanggapin kasi daw baka hindi aabot. So, ang nagawa nila, ang inoffer ng isang travel agency, punta kayo ng before 6 a.m. doon sa harap ng travel agency nila because they do give out 20 slots yata per day. Pumila sila as early as 3 a.m. Pagdating nila doon ng 3 a.m., wala na yung 20 slots kasi sabi nung guard, may pupunta at namamakyaw. Not 20 people would line up. There's one who would get a lot of the slots. I guess if there are travel agencies also or smaller travel agency para maibenta nila sa client nila. Kasi wala naman nakapilang 20 na tao doon tapos sinabi ubos na yung slot. Yun yung nagtataka kami paano nangyari. Pati yung, there was also another couple who arrived, sabi ng daughter ko, mas a little bit past 4 naman. Yun, sila rin na disappoint bakit wala ng slot. Ang sabi 6 a.m. pa ang starting na makakuha ng slot or something that early. So, nung bumalik sila to check some documents pa, as in, I guess yung guard medyo naawa na sa daughter ko, pinagbigyan sila. So, they were able to be given a slot that day. So, swerte-swertehan lang. But this is not a guarantee you'll get a slot for visa. So ang nangyari pa tuloy, mas nauna pa nakuha ng daughter ko at saka ng fiancé niya yung visa nila. But good enough, umabot naman yung visa namin lahat. So we took Cebu Pacific. So we arrived there 7 p.m. 7 p.m. And then when you arrive there, you go through immigration, you go through customs. Meron silang app that it's best accomplished before you arrive in Japan. So you fill in all the details that you need, pati custom declaration, everything. Tapos mabibigyan ka ng QR. This will make your entry to Japan so much faster kasi hindi ka nakikipila doon sa iba na gumagamit pa rin nung machine manually. So, please do go and do that before you arrive Japan. I'll put the link in the description. Marami ang dumating pero within less than 30 to 40 minutes, we were already out of the airport. Nandun na kami sa mga sakayan ng bus. So, our next task was to go from the airport to our hotel. Our hotel is situated in Tenjin. Ang available option was you take a bus straight to Tenjin, you take a bus to Hakata Station, and then from there you take a subway train from Hakata Station to Tenjin. And the last one was to take a shuttle from the international terminal to the domestic kasi malayo. You cannot walk from the domestic to the international and vice versa. Talagang kailangan may sasakyan. And then from there, nandoon yung airport station ng subway. So yun, diretso ka na sa Tenjin. So pagdating namin doon, the fastest way is using the bus straight to Tenjin. Parang 7:45 yata or parang 7:45 I think was the last bus. It wasn't the last bus, but the next bus would be around 10 o'clock. So kung hindi mo nasakyan yon, hintay ka ng matagal. So, pagdating namin doon sa labas, there's just a vending machine for the tickets. Tapos nakasulat kung anong bus terminal, parang number 11 yata yun. So I asked them to check. I asked my kids to check kung nandun pa ba yung bus ng bus 11, yung station. Pagsilip nila nandun pa, so nagmadali ako, binili ko yung ticket. Unfortunately, ang bilis na ng pagbili ng ticket, pagdating namin doon, hindi na kami pinasakay kasi nakaalis na daw. Kakadating pa lang namin ng Fukuoka. Nawalan na ako ng 3,000 yen. Or roughly around 1,200 pesos. Kasi the ticket is non-revocable, non-refundable. So talo na kami. Yung Hakata Station bus from the airport, yun, every few minutes meron. So, pwede yun as a possibility. Pero, so you have to take a bus, baba ka ng station, tapos lilipat ka pa ng isa pang subway. So, sabi namin, mas makakatipid pa, let's just take the shuttle going to the domestic kasi free yung shuttle. The shuttle is free. So, as soon as you exit the domestic, as soon as you exit the international terminal, go to your right side, you'll see the free na station. So yun yung tinik namin going to Tenjin. And then at the Tenjin station is where we decided to have our dinner. Okay, we just got to Fukuoka. So first stop, ramen na kami. Ayan na sila. Gutom na lahat. So we had our first meal sa Shinshin Ramen. Fukuoka is the home of the tonkotsu ramen. So if you're familiar with Ichiran Ramen, yun yung parang may sarili-sarili kang cubicle tapos umaangat yung parang magsiserve sa'yo tayo sasara. So parang kang solo-solo. We didn't want to eat that kasi lahat kami have already experienced that. Tapos ang nagpalaging sabi ng lahat is to try Shinshin. That was the other sikat na ramen na chain store in Fukuoka. I was truly disappointed. Even my family felt disappointed with the Shinshin kasi ang taas na expectation namin. Ewan ko, medyo natatabangan ba kami? Basta I've had better ramen here in Manila. So I think doon lang galing yung tonkotsu ramen. what was good was the gyoza and the fried rice. I enjoyed that. So from there, since the ramen place is in the station, all we had to do was walk around 7 to 8 minutes going to our hotel. The hotel we stayed at is Mizuka Daimyo 3. I booked it from Agoda. It was one of the nicest na location with a really good price. Lumalabas mga 7,000 a night, good for 5 na. So, the regular hotels that you have there na low end is already 5 to 6,000 a night. And I would need 2 rooms kasi 5 kami. So that would come out to around 10, 11,000 per night. So ito 7,000 per night, sulit. And if you look at the picture, mukhang malaki. There's 2 double decks na double bed. May double deck din na single bed. So you see, may small living room, may kitchen area, tapos the bathroom. Tapos yung sink niya for the bathroom nasa labas ng CR. Tapos meron din siyang kitchen sink. So in theory, 2 people can be washing their face and brushing their teeth in the morning nang hindi doon sa loob ng CR. So at least mas manageable. Unfortunately, pagdating namin doon, the room, we got deceived by the fake picture. It wasn't that big. Medyo, with the current setup, medyo na claustrophobic na ako. So we had to rearrange the living room. Yung parang living room na table, we had to put it on the area doon sa ilalim ng parang hagdan going to the bunk beds. Tapos yung mga maleta na hindi pa gamit nandoon sa likod ng mga kama. And then that made it more manageable. But sobrang perfect yung location. In Tenjin, that area is always, yung where our hotel was, is always just a few minutes away from the mall, food, convenience store. There's 7-Eleven, Family Mart, Don Quijote, if you guys are familiar with Don Quijote, the 24-hour retail store. It's 5 minutes away. So, after we've all settled down on the first day, pumunta na kami ng Don Quijote. And then the second day, since the hotel is what they call an unmanned hotel. So, walang tao, walang staff. Check-in is everything done with an iPad. Ako, nag-check-in ako and paid for the visitor's occupancy tax, parang gano'n. All online before we arrived in Japan. So pagdating doon sa Japan, there's just a tablet and then you check in. There's a QR code that they send you after you check in, sa scan mo lang. Tapos okay na. Pag nagka-problema, they do have a number within the iPad that you can call. So sa iPad na, we'll do the call. Kasi nagkaroon ako ng small hiccup. Hindi nila una na-recognize yung payment ko. So, they just check, may kausap ka, very good English naman yung kausap mo, and then, naayos na kagad within 5 minutes. And then, they'll flash the room number and code. Walang susi, wala ring susi. The hotel just has combination lock, so they'll give you the code, you enter it, yun na. So, no need for keys also. So, after that, the day 2 nga, we had breakfast in McDonald's kasi the hotel doesn't provide any meals and they don't also have any food na like a coffee shop. Wala rin, talagang literally rooms lang siya. So second day after breakfast is we went around to do checking out mga second-hand na mga shops. Japan is known for a lot of these second-hand shops. Yung mga Second Street, Takas something, the name of the stores. This is where you buy second-hand but very usable na mga gamit. Clothes, shoes, home stuff, sports equipment, luxury goods. As in, yun yung, kaya marami pupunta sa Japan yung mga pabili. It's because of this luxury goods. People would buy their luxury goods and sell it here. So, from affordable luxury to the premium luxury. So, we're talking about Michael Kors, meron, Coach, Nine West, yung mga ganon, all the way to Chanel. So you're talking about 500,000 to 1 million peso na mga bags. It's all available there in the second-hand store. They also have a lot of watches. Kaya nag-enjoy ako to look around. Lots of Rolex. Good price, but they're not cheap. Rolex really holds their price. But if you're talking about Omega, Tag Heuer, Cartier, the prices are sobrang mapapabili ka. Wala lang. I wasn't really shopping for a watch, pero if I was, I probably would have bought one kasi sobrang mura. And the thing with the Japanese is they will grade it appropriately. Hindi sila nagsasabi na class B to o class A to tapos may mga hidden issues. I trust the Japanese enough that if they say it's a class B, it's a class B. If it's a class A, it's a class A. We're not talking about class A fake, class B fake. We're talking about class A second-hand quality. These stores don't sell fakes. Isa pa yun. If it's being sold in those second-hand store and then they label it like, let's say, Louis Vuitton, that's a real Louis Vuitton. That's not a fake Louis Vuitton. They will not sell you anything fake. Yun yung gusto ko sa Japan. Very honest people. And I also went to a second-hand store na motorcycle naman, yung Up Garage. There's Up Garage. Doon ako pupunta ngayon.
Ano ba meron dyan?
Mumurahing motorcycle parts.
Motorcycle.
Mga mura lang. Lahat mura.
Parang nakita ko kasi bulong ng kotse.
May kotse yan eh. Pero yun, merong Up Garage Riders eh. So, ibig sabihin, merong kotse, merong ano. Pero kasi, Up Garage sells used for cars and motorcycle.
Parts?
Up Garage.
Parts ng motorcycle?
Parts, accessories, basta lahat. Basically, it's a nice, comfortable, cold weather. Hindi yung tipong kailangan masyadong mabigat ang suot, pero komportable. I'm wearing just one flannel shirt and one heat tech na long sleeve.
But now it's 15.
It's 15. So tama nga, ang ganda nga ng weather ng 15. Anytime fitness. Sana dinala natin yung key fob para sumilip lang.
Ako nga na, ilan.
Kaya nga eh. But I'll do another video of all the motorcycle shops that I went to para i-separate ko na yon to this Fukuoka trip video. So please stand by for that. That's going to be coming up next. For lunch, we went to Lalaport Mall and had great Italian food. Unfortunately, wala ko masyadong nakunan na video doon sa mall, but the pinakasikat na attraction for that mall, the Lalaport Mall, is the giant Gundam display at the entrance. So, pasensya na nyo, photos lang meron tayo. Fukuoka is the home of the ramen, but our best favorite meal is from Yoshimi, Hokkaido, which is beef. All beef. Beef. So it's really good. And the best part, libre nila. Thank you. Let's go! So after dinner, while the others wanted to return to the hotel, me and my son, we went to another Donkey. Different shop naman. Just to see what's there. Kasi yun na lang yung bukas. Medyo maaga magsara ang stores in Japan eh. Like Fukuoka, it's usually 8, 9 o'clock, they all close. So Donkey lang yung 24 hours, so you can still proceed. Day 3, we just had breakfast in a convenience store in Lawson. Sarap talaga ng mga food sa convenience store sa Japan eh. You can survive eating in convenience store, tipid ka na, at masarap pa yung pagkain. As in, For the third day, we went around Hakata, the Hakata area. So the very first one that we went to was a mall near the station. Because my kids, well, not kids, my son and my daughter, they wanted to visit the Pokemon store. So meron actually a big Pokemon store there. So we went there to buy some, I don't know, bilhin na mga Pokemon cards ba yun? Na limited, it was a Japan-only release na Pokemon card. So we went and did that. And then we went around, we went to the Hakata Old Town to do some photo shoot lang. Because as I mentioned, or if I haven't mentioned it, my daughter is getting married soon. So parang nag-prenup kami doon. And then this Hakata Old Town is just a small street na looks very, very old Japan area. So it's very photogenic. Pero maliit lang siya. It's literally a small street, maybe not even a kilometer long, maybe 500 meters lang yung haba. Maybe mga 3-4 buildings on one side and another 3-4 buildings on the other side. Since medyo na late na kami, tapos umuulan pa at that time, we were not able to go to the other temple that we wanted to go to. Yun yung di namin napuntahan. So from there, we went back na to Tenjin because we wanted to try yung yatai. Yatai is basically food stalls. Small food stalls. We're talking about maybe 8 to 12 people lang magkasya, the smaller ones. The bigger ones, probably no more than 20. Na stalls that are just set up every evening by the street in Tenjin. So, if I'm not mistaken, the area that we went to, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, mga 8 na yatay na mga stalls in that area. We wanted to try yung French, pero nung pumunta kami doon ang haba ng pila. So, we opted to try the other one na I've watched in the video kasi sikat daw yung parang sauteed ramen. So, they call it sauteed ramen. So, it's not the soup type. It's ginisang ramen. So, parang pancit canton. So, we ordered that. We ordered their steak, their hanger steak. We also, what's famous there is their mentaiko. Mentaiko is fish roe or itlog ng isda. And then, para siyang caviar. It's basically caviar. And then they put it in an egg omelette. So this is where we're having dinner. It's by the street. Ayan, no? So that's the intersection. Ito yung mga by the road. Actually, there's a lot of this type of restaurant here in Fukuoka. I don't know if you can see. Well, doon sa kabila marami rin. But there on the other side, meron. And then on the opposite side, actually diagonal from here, if you see that Daimaru with that pretty girl on the billboard, yan, below it, nandun yung mga iba. Okay, so we're going to be eating now. It was pretty pricey. That restaurant was pretty pricey. Mahina ang mga 1, 2 to 1.5 yen per person. Mahina yun, ha? Because the thing with the restaurant, since it's very small, they have to maximize also their profit. You are required to buy 1 food item and 1 drink per person. Eh yung mga drinks, alam mo naman, mga restaurant, that's where they make money off. The cheapest drink they have, which is Coke, is 2 to 3 times more expensive than if you buy it from the supermarket or the convenience store. So there was a little bit of fancy showmanship because you're actually eating it right in front of the one cooking. But besides the visual experience, I did really enjoy the food too. It's normal. Nothing so special, nothing spectacular. Yung sauteed ramen na sinasabi ko, I've had better yakisoba here. Ganun din yung lasa eh. It tasted like yakisoba. Yung mentaiko, I don't know if ganun talaga because it was my first time to eat it. Medyo malansa eh. Yung hanger steak was okay. So, the gyoza was okay because the good thing about the gyoza, it was not frozen. When you order it, they're going to make the gyoza right in front of you. So, nandun yung filling, nandun yung wrapper. The old guy who was manning the yatai was the one preparing the gyoza. So, the gyoza, you know, it's very fresh. It's not the frozen type that they'll cook in front of you. So, we pretty much ended our night after the yatai kasi it was getting really cold and it was starting to get really wet kasi nga umuulan. The weather, the first 2 days was really nice. 12 to 15, yung tipong isa lang ang suot mo sa ilalim tapos is a nice jacket or anything thick lang na panlabas, okay na. But the day 3, I had to do 3 layers, so there was a heat tech, a long sleeve shirt, and then a jacket. The last day was even worse. It was really, really cold. In the morning, it was like 2 to 3 degrees, but because of the wind, according to the app, it felt more like -2, -3. So, talagang ang lamig. Alam mo yung nakakainis na yung, nakakagalit na yung lamig kasi if hindi ka nag-gloves, masakit sa daliri. I really do not suggest you go to Fukuoka during winter. Ang hassle eh. Yung malamig, pag nasa labas ka, naka-jacket ka, forma ka, ang sarap. Pero as soon as you walk into a store, pag hindi mo hinubad yun, patay ka, baskil ka sa pawis. Parang pawis na pawis ka. So now you have to remove it. Once you remove it, bit-bit mo naman ang dami-dami because the jacket na gagamitin mo hindi pwedeng manipis. Kailangan makapal. You have to remove your gloves, you have to remove your bonnet. So medyo, I think the best time to actually visit is spring for me, which is around after March, so which is actually cherry blossom. So malamig, pero hindi kailangan ng sobrang kapal na suot. Yung masarap na lamig lang, yung tipong para ka nasa malamig na air-conditioned room lang, yung tipong naka-long sleeve ka lang, okay na. Yun. Tapos pag pumasok ka sa mall, since aircon din sila, halos pareho yung temperature. Kasi ngayong winter, some of the shops naka-heater eh. So talagang mapapahubad ka talaga. So on our last day, unfortunately, we only had time for 4 days kasi I had to come back to Manila for work. On the last day, our flight was on the evening pa kasi yung flight ni Cebu Pacific, remember the flight that we arrived in at 7 o'clock? That's also the plane that's going to return to Manila. So our flight was 8:20 yata. Basta it was after 8 p.m. Ang checkout ng hotel is 11. The bad thing about an unmanned hotel is you cannot leave your luggages. So we had 2 choices. The other choice is to go to the station where they had a lot of lockers where you can put your lockers. Pero naisip namin, malayo-layo. Remember, it's a 7 to 10 minute walk tapos ang hirap magbitbit. Tapos babalik kami ulit to Tenjin to go around. Second, while we're going around, mapapashop kami. So once we get our luggage, we have to put it and repack our luggages. Kasi yung mga hand carry namin nandoon pa. We have to repack. Ang hirap mag-repack if you're staying sa sahig lang ng terminal, sa lockers. Because the lockers are in the public area, hindi yan yung tipong may special area. Along the entrance exit of the terminals where the locker is, so parang ang hirap na doon ka magpapak. So when I asked the hotel kung saan pwede makilagay ng maleta, they suggested Ekbok Klook. It's actually a website and an app where business in the area are going to list their property in the app where they will allow storage of gamit. So there's some restaurants there na pwede mo iwanan, there's some coffee shops na pwede mo iwanan, there's some karaoke rooms kasi marami sila. For some reason, the area where we stayed at Tenjin was full of entertainment. Karaoke, dart rooms, pachinko, arcades, claw machines, gachapon. Kasi nagulat ako, ang daming entertainment. So, back to the Ekbo Cloak. Ang nakita naming Ekbo Cloak na malapit sa amin was a co-working space. So, we decided to put it there because in the co-working space, for one, you can keep coming back and forth kung gusto mo makilagay ng gamit. Kung meron man nauna doon, there's a nice, comfortable lounge area where you can wait. They have Wi-Fi, they have outlets where you can charge, they have restrooms. And then, yung mga gamit mo, kung magre-repack ka, there's a small area there na hindi ka nakadisturbo. Mas hindi nakakahiya kaysa dun sa daanan ng terminal. So, when I signed up, they gave me a code. So, in case you want to use this code, so para may discount ka, please do. Pero, this is not sponsored by Ekbo Cloak. Just want to make sure. So, yan, use the Ekbo Cloak na app if you want to leave your stuff. And I think this is not just Fukuoka. The Ekbo Cloak is available in other locations, so which means, I think if you're in Tokyo, in your Osaka, lahat, and any other parts in Japan, I don't. So after we put our stuff there, we had lunch, which is a very famous Gyukatsu restaurant exactly across our hotel. As in, pagbaba mo ng entrance ng hotel namin, nandun na kaagad to. Every day nakikita namin may nakapila. So sabi ng wife ko, ito yung isa sa mga must eat. So, pag check out namin, we try to get a queue kasi may kukunin ka pang queue eh. Hindi yan yung pila ka lang. Merong stop that you get kung anong number ka. They open at 11. They start serving food at 11. So mga 10:50 nandun na kami. We were group number 37 o 38. Sabi namin, ay nako. 9:30 pa pala ng umaga, pwede ka na kumuha ng ticket. Eh, nandun lang kami nakatira, hindi pa kami kumuha. So, we got our queue at 10:50 a.m. Wala mo nga time na kami nakakain. 1:30 p.m. 2.5 hours. Kasi hindi pala 37 na tao yung nasa harap namin. 37 groups. Eh, yung restaurant na sa mga 20 to 25 people lang kasya. So, you had to imagine if each group is an average of 3 to 4, 30, 35 is around 140 na tao bago kami. Kaya inabot ng 2.5 hours. The food was pretty good. Gyukatsu, gyu means beef, katsu means fried. So it's imagine a piece of steak, tapos they'll cook it like pork tonkatsu, pero very light lang pagka-fry, as in mabilis lang. And then in the front of your setting, there's a small stone grill. Everyone has one. So yun, you get the rare na katsu, you cook it in front of you, and then you put it on the dipping sauce, and then you put wasabi. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Tsaka very filling yung amount of meat. But medyo mahal. Average sa amin was 2,800 yen per person. So that I think was one of our most expensive meals. So 2,800 is mga 1 pesos per person. Pero it's steak. So imagine if you're eating here in Manila, steak is about, ganun din naman, a good cut of steak. And it was really good cut of steak, ah. Alam mo yung very good marbling, malambot, walang chewiness. But overall, what I found in Fukuoka is the food there's a lot of good food choices. And the price is very similar to Manila price lang. So you wouldn't call it as expensive, but you wouldn't also call it cheap. If you're sanay with price cost here in Manila. So yun yung maganda. Tapos yung area where we stayed at is where I will really suggest to stay in the Tenjin area. everything is just few minutes away, lakad ka lang, ikot. If hindi mo gusto mag-commute around, you can actually do that. Ako naman, after we had lunch, I went to a motorcycle store which is Naps. Tapos nag-bus ako, tapos pauwi, since nagmamadali na, I had to take the taxi. The bus and the subway are not expensive. The taxi can get really expensive. Pag tatlo-apat kami, sulit yung taxi. Pero kung mag-isa ako, medyo mahal. The bus that I went to go to the motorcycle store cost me 300 plus yen. Yung taxi pa uwi was almost 1,900 yen. So nakita mo yung difference. Medyo malaki, pero nagmamadali ako sa no choice. So doon mo makikita na yung taxi, though it's the most convenient, what you do is you use Uber. Not Grab sila, Uber. And then you can choose taxi sa Uber. So yun yung ginagawa namin. I'm pretty sure if you flag down a taxi, it's going to be slightly cheaper. Yun lang. Ang hirap i-explain sa taxi driver kung hindi siya marunong. Kasi there's, as compared to the other countries, sa Japan, konti lang talaga who can speak English. Talagang, if they don't know how to speak English, they'll just say, sorry. But they won't try to converse with you anymore. So, translator sometimes works. Pero kaya Uber maganda, nakapin ako saan pupunta, so mas maganda. So yun, that's why I think Fukuoka is one of my favorite now na destination, because it's not too busy like Tokyo and Osaka. It has everything you need, similar to Tokyo and Osaka, the shops. It's lively enough, but not crazy. It's more peaceful than Tokyo and Osaka, but not as quiet, and walang magawa as Nagoya. So I think really Fukuoka is one of my favorite now destination when it comes to going to Japan. And I'm actually looking at already tickets because me and the wife really wants to come back. Nabitin kami sa 4 days, bitin. So next time at least gagawin namin minimum of 5 days. Sayang, meron pa kami mga gusto puntahan, din na namin napuntahan. So, thank you very much. That was, I hope na-encourage ko kayo to also go to Fukuoka. And I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. I think if you're middle-aged na, hindi na yung party-party na type, I think you'll enjoy Fukuoka much more than Tokyo and Osaka. I think Tokyo and Osaka is for the younger ones who likes to party out at night, who wants to be staying out late in the evenings, diba? But if you're not that type, if you are more of by 10 o'clock you want to be back in the hotel, Fukuoka is really the best place to be. And don't forget, I'm making another video for the motorcycle shops that I went to Fukuoka. So please stand by, I'll do that in a few days. Okay? Guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.